It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Brooklyn Cafe studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat at the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, or a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in free 888-994-4995 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
It's going to be the whole show as you ring me at the bells.
Ring your bell. Happy Wednesday to you.
Can you hear me?
I hear you fine. Do you hear us?
Yeah, pretty good.
You hear him?
Hear you.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Midday Show, where, caring is sharing. Do me a favor, if you're watching, share the show with one friend.
Can you do that again? Put your hand out.
Stop 5.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. That's kind of cool, actually.
There is something seriously wrong. And if it isn't bad enough that craziness is 5'3", now you bring the other 5'3" crazy, and then you got you speaking crazies.
It's tough to be us, but you know what? If you're away, you got to do what you got to do. But we are clearly 7 feet apart because our stage is only 7 feet wide.
This is like Freddie's nightmare that we're here
and you're not. I know, pretty much, right?
No, this is sanctuary.
Marshmallow, that's all I can tell you.
It's really funny. The last time we tried to get Jen on, it didn't work. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking, and I didn't even know she was going to be in studio. And I'm looking, I say, this is a new look. How did Teddy do this? I'm trying to figure it out.
I know. Jen is, working in one room at our place, and I'm working in another room. And we had a 12 o'clock guest. We had Jordana Foster was going to join us, and she had some personal things come up. And Jen was here working, so I said, exactly what happened. Last time we couldn't get the Wi-Fi. So we bring her in person.
I came, I showed.
She came, she showed, she's here, she's working. We're all doing what we got to do
to
keep spreading the word. And Moby Pop is up and rolling?
Yeah, we're good, we're going.
That's amazing.
Set, we're bringing on people, we're helping nonprofits, we're helping restaurants, we're doing a ton of stuff.
Did you have any idea when you transitioned from the other platform to this, that this was going to be so instrumental going forward?
No idea. I mean, we always knew it was a phenomenal platform, but we always thought that we were 2 years ahead where everybody else was. But unfortunately, everybody caught up.
Now you're 6 months ahead.
Now, we're about a year ahead of other technology right now.
What's the difference between the other companies and MobiPop?
So the difference really is the integration between the virtual business platform and text message marketing, and the ability to connect the two, control your message, stay in front of your clientele, and then be able to share out so you can organically grow your clients. We have a great restaurant called Side Door Brewery. They did not have an online presence. They're a new client for us. They call us up and they say, we have to have an online presence. We need curbside pickup now. We got them up and running within like 3 hours, and we send a blast out to their entire client list, and that night they had people doing curbside pickup.
Wow.
So that's how quick that goes for us.
And they've turned over, I saw your graphic person is amazing.
Oh, Dan, is he not amazing? Yeah, he's amazing.
So you did the graphic for us, and you had done this really special thing, and you said to me, I'm going to just show it to you, and we're going to release it on MobiPop. Mm-hmm. And you show it to us, and what happens? Magic Man.
Well, here it comes.
And here it comes.
Well, I didn't
you released it too early.
I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to release it. I got excited and I released it. So
that's exactly that could go so many ways. I'm glad we're not a podcast. Just saying.
Because we're all on like the same chat talking about where he said, don't release it yet. But then somebody didn't hear the whole combo.
Wait a minute, I never got that memo.
That's fine. But you released it and you were excited. I'm glad you liked it, and that's fine. So that's good.
Yeah, but I broke the link.
You sure did.
Once I broke the link, it became useless. Now,
No,
and
we
I
can.
wanna
We
tell
fixed it. We fixed the link. You just released it and it broke, and we had to do some work. That's all.
Now I'm told that I'm not even allowed to look at it anymore. Now, I don't know if you heard, because I know that we've been on this plateau now. We're trying to get businesses to come forward, and we believe that instead of shrinking, we want to expand. We understand the restaurant businesses are having a hard time, but some of them are doing the side hustle just to keep their workers going, and they're doing different things, deliveries and things of that nature. But I don't know if you heard, we are now in the rum business.
I heard.
We now need to expand, because right by where you are going to be sitting, there is going to be a Gubba Bubba Hubba plate where there are going to be bottles and liquor and rum mixtures, and we're going to have a little party right by where you're sitting.
You know, I could perhaps go by a bar while you're away this week, and we could have a whole bar set up over there. We've got a few extra inches here that we could put a bar in.
You should totally have a bar.
Okay, relax.
Well, let's do that. We could go look at that online after
Yes,
this.
and they can deliver it here and we can set it up.
I forgot.
Oh, I know. Poor Freddie.
But the bottom line, Jen, is I need to get the rum online with the platform to do blast out, because I want the whole world to become Gubba Mania. Gubba Mania?
That's nice. I like that.
I like it too.
That way, when people see me walk down the street, they're going to hold up a glass and say, "You're the rum guy that got us through this whole ordeal."
That's, you know what? And this is the time, because I hear alcohol sales have spiked.
This is absolutely the
Right up
time.
in- Yep. So, how do you, okay, and tell us a little bit about how you put and what you do with your program, because I got a few questions to ask you about other companies that are doing texting and all that stuff. I sent you some information without naming names, but tell us the difference of how what you do is that much special.
Well, there are other text companies out there, but you have to get your own landing page that you create yourself. You have to learn their back office. You have to learn the system. You have to learn what is and is not TCPA compliant, of what can and cannot be text, the times they can be text. You have to manage your opt-in, opt-out messages. You have to manage your messages for blasts. You have to know how many messages you send out, what's your limit of messages. If you get a limit and you go over your limit, you have to understand what happens. You then, after that, have to create your own landing page, hook up your own pay gates, do everything that you need to do. And if you really want to make sure that it's been a successful campaign, you have to then go back in, track what's happened, get all your people, and if you do have, a percentage, what went wrong, what messaging needs to change, and how do I change my offer? So you have to learn all that and run your business.
And
We do it for you.
Is the data on the texting, is that made available by your company?
Yes. So I could tell you who's on your platform, who opted in, who opted out. When we send a blast, how many people did it go to? And here's what's different with our company than other companies, because they don't have the same virtual business card company type of thing that we have. On your landing page, I can tell you exactly how many people opened it.
Oh, wow.
So in addition to telling you how many people got the blast, I can tell you how many people clicked on your link. That's the goal. You want everyone to click on your link. Other text companies don't do that because they don't integrate the way we integrate.
And we've been working really hard on sending out our next blast, because you only have so many characters that you can put in because you want people's attention span is about like this. Mm-hmm. It's about, a second. You got people to read it. And if you have to choose your words carefully. So I like that the characters are limited.
Right.
And we've been going back and forth on this, because I know you would just say, good, send it, right?
That was
And she and I
his
keep going.
response. Good, send it.
And she and I keep going back and forth. And then you saw my last text to you last
I
night,
did.
right? And it was like,
That's why I didn't send it, because I was like, all right, we need to reshape the message. One of the great things is all we want to do is make sure that we drive people to click that link. And then once you have people click that link, we could put videos, coupons, offers, you name it, we could put it on. We just got to get people to click that link. So the messaging and the text piece, that's the one that counts, and then you want people to contact you for whatever it is they want to do. So a good example was for Side Door Brewery. Theirs was 50% off growler fill-up for online orders only. Done.
where are they located?
They're in Port St. Lucie.
Oh, so it's too far for them to deliver growler?
Yeah, it's too far for them to deliver growler. Well, but I will
Now,
tell
the-
you that MobiPop did an extensive research on their growlers and their flavors, so
They were good?
they were very good. You know, we like to be thorough.
I also want people to understand that human nature, like Dawn, you made a good example of it yesterday, asking me, am I always on my phone? And in the tech world, you're always on your phone because it's the way to look at information, it's the way to talk to people, it's the way to make connections, how to do contracts, and the whole nine. This becomes your office. But that being said, Jen, a lot of people do not sit and do all these things that you just described. So what's going to happen is you're going to buy in, you're going to have to do all these things, and you know you're not going to do it. It's not going to work, and you're going to wonder what the hell happened.
Well, and the other interesting thing is you have to look out, especially for text companies, with hidden fees. Like, there are fees where you have to provision the text. You have to, if you go over a certain number of texts, you have to know it counts as incoming and outgoing messages. If you go over that, they charge a lot of money because they didn't do a deal with you so that you get it for their price. With MobiPop, if we have to get more bundles of text, we give it to you at our cost. We don't make any money off that. We just want our clients to be able to get out there. I've seen other platforms where they give it to you at a really high cost. So you go, they have your credit card information anyway. You start going over the amount of text that you were allowed, they just start charging you. And they could charge you whatever they want at that point because the messages are going out.
I mean, for us, though, to run our business, which is in and of itself on a normal day, crazy, now it's on a whole nother level of stress, right?
Right.
Because right now, everyone is so stressed, running on small crew, and I'm thankful the crew we have, right? It's us, it's Teddy, it's Slick, and the kids are doing stuff remotely. It's not the same. To have to think to do this as well, even just posting for me is thinking, oh my gosh. And I know when I post, I laughed this morning because I put up a post on Instagram for your CBD store, and I went through this whole text and hashtags and pictures. This morning I see Magic Man post the same picture, and he just posted it. Get your CBD on or something like that, right? Are you
I
there?
don't remember doing that.
Blink twice.
Yeah, I'm
I don't
very
remember.
concerned. Can you
I don't
do me a
remember.
favor? Do you have a newspaper with today's date on it that you can just put? So
First of all,
concerned.
Jen, I don't know what picture she's talking about. What picture are you talking about?
Your CBD store.
Yes, I pushed it out because I have my own funnel. You have your own funnel.
Yes. That's not what we're
So-
talking about. I'm just saying that to know that MobiPop takes care of everything. And I say, Jen, we need to send out another text blast. She says, okay, what do you want it to say and where do you want it to go? So we're going to put in the video that Hector put in for our AMP Media Productions. We're going to put in that link. We're going to put in a link on everything else that we're offering through our video platform to share it through the network. And they'll click on it and then they text us.
They text
Simple.
us or they text you?
As a matter of fact, they text you.
You see now, why don't they text you?
They get in touch with the production company. How's
Correct.
that?
Exactly. They get in touch with AMP
Now, I
Media
gotta tell
Production
you-
Company.
I got to tell you, I've been getting texts from people from all over the world. And it's happening again. And the last time this happened, I was sending out texts to people that I wasn't supposed to be sending texts out. I don't know what the hell is going on. So something's going on in the
It's
grid.
getting out there is what it's doing. It is
Well, the
spreading.
Siegel brothers were like, the Siegel brothers were like, "Why are you texting me?" I says, "I didn't know I did."
People say Jen rocks. Yes, Jen does rock. Happy Wednesday to you as well, Chatterbox. Everyone's watching. Everyone is watching, and yes, we are doing our due diligence, but MobiPop is a spectacular platform.
Oh, thank you.
And what I love so much about it is, I always call her Chanel, but Pamela Chanel,
Yes.
in California, she's going to be starting a new show called The Reinvented Life from California, so thank you for that network.
Absolutely.
And she says, you know, there's a lot of things to integrate. It's not her just coming on remotely, because she's in California clearly, and airing a show on her page. It's going to be airing on AMP, it's going to be airing on AMP Media Productions. But she says, how do I link it to my MobiPop, right? Because it's just
already done.
another
We already did it.
platform.
Yeah, I was talking to her yesterday. We already did it. Dan did the graphics for her. She loves them. You know, so we then can link the whole thing. We're going to do a text blast so people can watch and listen through their MobiPop card, and she's going to be able to, you know, grow her audience. She just got a huge honor, rightfully deserved, to be one of these women on, I think it's April 24th, to be a part of a women's speakers, women of, you know, courage, women who can inspire you. So she's one of a very select few of women around the world. So we're super proud of her.
She's amazing. And what I love that we can collaborate together, right? So you texted Freddie, said, I need this video, and we needed to upload it, needed to be edited. But that's how we all work together, and that's how we continue to make business grow, right? Nobody's in this alone. We're all here to do this together.
It's 100% right. And we were talking about this. So I was fortunate enough to be a panelist for a free networking advice that Into the Blue agency put on. So they are a huge business agency, and they work with Investments Unlimited. And we did a whole podcast Zoom call on Tuesday. I was one of the panelists, and my big part of being a panelist was collaborate. We are all in this together, collaborate, and be a connector. If you know somebody who can connect with somebody and help out, be a connector. And that's how we all work together.
And that's what, at least for me, Freddie, what I found going through this whole thing, the silver lining, as Lauren Cohen says, is that people are connecting more to each other. If you know someone can help with this, or Kenny Love has got this great guest, or he had Michelle on, and we had Michelle here, we met Michelle through you, through VB20.
Right.
There's so many people with such great opportunities here. And Pam Polani as well. You're looking, if you need a wills and estates attorney, people are calling her now and doing things remotely as much as they can, right? They're getting things, and God forbid, they're in hospitals, but people are needing guardianship. Things you never knew, but we did videos for her as well. So putting all of these pieces together and being able to put them on a MobiPop platform, because not everyone has social media. That's the other side to this.
Well, so, you know, a lot of people are not on Facebook.
Right.
They really aren't, or because Facebook keeps changing the analytics. You'll see on Facebook feed now people saying, I'm just trying this. If you can see my feed, please say hi.
Yeah, does that even make sense?
No, it does not.
So a lot of people didn't take advantage of what they have going for them. You know, using MobiPop is a very unique way of advertising your business among people who you know, don't know, want to know. And they didn't take advantage of it. Now, because of what's happening, all of a sudden the light bulbs are going on.
Right.
I have more calls this week about people wanting to do more work with us and putting things out there, things that I don't even know about. I mean, the rum came along, and I said, I always wanted to be in the rum business. Let's do this.
In the sheriff's office?
Let's do this for the right reasons. Yeah. The sheriff's office, and that's a whole Latino-based thing that's going on there. Not only is he going to win being sheriff, but he's Latino-based, which to me, I'm very proud of that thing.
Oh, I was going to say another thing is we have, you know, realtors, people don't want people right now in their house. So we have a lot of realtors that are using the card to do virtual open houses. And
That's
they're sending people out. And so we have a great campaign that's going to go out tomorrow, and it's for a virtual open house in Boca. Walk through, you can get the special Zoom link, and you could be a part of this open house.
Remember that company you showed me back when we were at the other studio, that real estate company, and you had all these amazing, amazing links.
Right.
I hear their business has skyrocketed.
Yes.
Because people are able now to make extra money in real estate and do it through that. And that's a fantastic link, that page that they have.
Yeah, so we have a lot of realtors.
A lot of realtors doing that. Like Freddie, your daughter-in-law, I see she's tried to post some virtual things also.
Correct. They go to the houses now and they take a video of the houses, and then they do you know in New York City that was the one business that they did not stop?
Same here. That's considered an essential business.
What,
That's
to buy
not
a house?
closed. Yeah. But
And an apartment. and
nobody
condos.
wants people in their house.
You know, I want you in your house, though. It's
But
interesting.
that's
though,
why the
but-
video.
the
That's
video,
why
right.
the video. What you do is you go to the garage, you let him shoot the video, and then you come back in the house and you spray it down.
Exactly. But MobiPop can be used for so many things.
So we have an interesting thing that one of our clients is doing now with MobiPop. She's retired, and she wanted to be able to every week connect with her friends. So she bought a MobiPop card, and every week she sends them an inspirational text message blast with a little video of her.
That's awesome.
Right? It's like people come up with stuff and we didn't even think of it. I mean, because we're so versatile, we can do it. But when she was like, yeah, I just want to say hi to everybody, and if they need anything, and just to remind them to reach out, and I'm here.
And I found it really interesting. The other day I was listening to one of your many webinars you do. The opening rate of a text message is what?
So they say it's 98%.
Tremendous.
It's very high. I will tell you, for us, honestly, when we do text message blasts and things like that, we're running at a 93%. That's the actual number, that we're running at. Emails, far less. If you can find, I went through my emails the other day, not my work emails, I stay on top of those, but my personal emails. I don't know who got this address, but I'm getting stuff. And I said to my husband, Mike, every day now I've won $1 million.
Oh, good.
I'm so excited. So excited. Every day I get an email like, you won $1 million. I said to Mike, I've won about $5 million right now. I'm super excited.
She's retiring now. But 93%, I know our crew is working really hard, and I actually want to ask you about this, so I'm glad you're here. We put out the Cafe Press, and they're working on one now. Is there a way to link that to our MobiPop and send that out in a text
Absolutely.
blast? Because our rate on that email opening up is so small, but the content is so rich
Right.
that I want to be able to layer it and put it out on email for those that are opening emails, and then put it out this way also.
So it's all about messaging, and what the fun thing is, because we can tell you exactly who opened it. Exactly. You can offer a prize. Did you read it? Did you open it? Prize.
It's Bathroom Reading Material Club. I keep telling you that.
But if you go through, and when we do the text blast, and we go through and we pick a number and with their name, we could do a congratulations for reading Bathroom Reading Material Club. And here's your prize. And you might want to make it
you
be.
win a roll of toilet paper.
I was just going to say that. Brooklyn Cafe toilet paper. Make it.
We can do that. We can bring them in on a video segment. We can do a lot
Yeah.
of things.
Dawn, we could give away that purple toilet paper you bought.
Lavender, yes.
You have lavender toilet paper?
Yeah, when there was a shortage, that's what they delivered on Instacart was lavender toilet paper.
That's funny.
I know.
But she doesn't use it.
I know. Hey, Freddie, let's try this. This, I think, is really cool. Put out your hand. You got it? There you
Give
go.
me.
It's kind of cool.
What is it?
It's a nut.
I think you're in that. I think you're losing your mind. You are losing your mind.
You know what, though? I'm clearly not alone, because this is the week. Everyone got through 2 weeks officially. This is really the 5th week, I think, is what we're going through. Because, Freddie, this started the week of your birthday, which was the week of the 15th of March. We had that week. We had 3 other weeks in March. We're 2 weeks into April. Everyone's about at this point of knowing they need social distancing. We're going to be social distancing for quite a long time now. That's just going to be the new way we are. And eventually things are going to have to start opening up, because people are going like, I can't sit home anymore.
Yeah, and I think, I get that it has to happen in social distancing, and you have to be careful with all that stuff. But what it's doing really on people's psyche is tremendous. And I was just, before I came on this, I was on a Zoom call, and we were talking about that, where You have good days, you have bad days, or halfway through a day it's, a bad day. And really, how do you adjust your mindset so you don't have a messy mind?
How about every hour?
Yeah.
Seriously, I'm not on a day, a half a day. My mindset changes, I want to say hourly, and you're going to tell me by the minute, and I know. And poor Teddy's on the other side of all my hot mics all day long thinking this woman is a crazy woman. But clearly, it's all over the place. And what we're doing, we are very fortunate that we're able to continue to stay on air. We're fortunate that we have this amazing studio, that more and more clients are coming forward to share their message. It is all an incredible blessing, and that is why we do what we do. But it's not easy to do this, and it's certainly not easy to do this in separate locations where we would be working together and we would be having conversations and back and forth. That doesn't happen because in 2 separate locations, you're either on the phone or texting, or another phone call comes in, and you can't work the same way you did before. So the level of what this takes to continue is tremendous. But we do this to share the message. And David DePino said to you as well, there are people, they can't do what we're able to do. And that is the grace by God that we're able to do this. So I love that we can share the information on MobiPop and get this right out to everybody's phone and say, you know what, we're here to help you. We can even record from your home like we're going to do for Pamela.
Right.
And bring her in that way.
And I think, and Freddie, you were right on. This is the time, it's scary. None of us know what we're doing. None of us. We're all figuring this out hour by hour. But embrace it and pivot just a little like we used to do, and I'm sure we'll go back to it, print material. So you guys have a beautiful thing with your short code and keyword, and you have them all up, and I get so excited when I come to the studio and I see it. Well, nobody's going anywhere anymore, so our restaurants don't need that print material. So we have our director of art design, Dan Conroy, is amazing. So we've moved from doing print material to now we're doing social media graphics. So we had to make a little pivot.
And they're spectacular.
Oh, they're so good. But that's all it is we're making these pivots to help our clients and to make sense.
It's funny, I was thinking about that because in my little console in my car, I had to get gas yesterday. I haven't gotten gas in a month. And then we're going to go to commercial break and bring Patty in. I had to put on gloves. I had to put on a mask. It was the first time I had been out in public to have to do this because I go from the studio by myself to my house to my car. I haven't been any place else in a month. I had to put on the mask, which is the size of my face, clearly, the gloves to get gas, and I open up my console, and there's my MobiPop badge.
Aww.
And I'm like, wow. Yeah. I remember when we would go to networking events, right? They scan my QR code.
That's right.
And we would do this, and I was just thinking about that, how that was so important just a couple weeks ago.
Right.
And how that has changed.
Just make a pivot.
And there you have it. That's exactly what it is.
You want to keep up the good fight because everything you're going to pivot on today is going to be an essential part of your business tomorrow.
Right.
So the more you do today under these deals, under these times, the greater the impact is going to be because they're still projecting, I just read it yesterday, a 6.8% increase at the end of the year for business in this country. I mean, think about that. That is a tremendous amount of volume that's going to come back. So when I say to Jen, do it, I tell everybody, do it. Last night, and then all the boards, I said, let's do it. Can we do it this way? As long as you do the essentials, I'll let you try whatever you want. But if it doesn't work, you'll understand why.
Right.
Okay? So don't be afraid to make a mistake because now's the time you want to make it. Let's clean it up and let's go forward. Dawn, you guys are sitting in a room. This whole thing took us years to get it to this stage. This didn't happen overnight. And I think that Jen can appreciate that because she's been working nonstop and making adjustments and pivots and everything else in the last, 30 days that you never ever thought you had to do. We are working harder now than we've ever worked to make everything as perfect and easy as possible. But
it's working, right? And everyone is pivoting. We just got a text from Becky and Boca, a show we produce on Thursday nights, that she is interviewing. She interviewed a spectacular guest through video of a gentleman who has the virus and everything he has gone through. And it has changed her mindset on all of this, if you read her text, right? So things that you thought of before was, I can't get into the studio. What's going to happen to my business? Things are changing. And then it hits home a little bit, and you go, you know what? I can do it this way, and I can still share my message. Right. And that's what it is.
and you want to be able to keep that volume up. Got to
Let's go
keep
to
the
commercial
pressure up
break.
because you're going to go to commercial? Okay, let's go to commercial.
Going to commercial break. When we come back, we've got Patty Goldenberg with Fem City, Boca Del Rey. Let's see how she's doing. Give us a call, 866-224-5422, or text CAFE, C-A-F-E, to our Moby Pop at 55312. And we'll be right back.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial Providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial Providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
Does your business Moby Pop? A new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services, or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let Moby Pop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let Moby Pop focus on growing it.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
I have a question for you, and we are back on a wonderful Wednesday. What's on your feet right now?
My slippers.
Are you dressed from the waist down?
Yes.
Just checking. Because we only see you from the chest up for 3 weeks now.
This is the way America is today. Yes, I got pants, I got shoes on, I got the whole nine.
Russ, I'm just wondering, how far down do you actually do the dress? Because I know when I was home,
Now this,
I didn't. I had shorts on. You actually laughed one day and you said to me, you're wearing a top and you got shorts on? I'm like, and no shoes.
yeah, because you got up.
Yes.
And I saw that you were, I said, what the hell is that? I, this morning, cannot say, whatever.
Okay. Okay, newspaper, marshmallow.
This morning, I didn't have pants on.
Oh, okay. Really? I know, dear
I
God,
was a
Dios
little
mío,
late.
I know. Que cosa, all these things I know.
I was a little late this morning.
That's
And I
hilarious.
didn't get to get dressed fully. But it's okay. It's all good, baby. It's all good.
It's all good. And on Friday, we're having a virtual pancake party. We're having pancakes, pajamas, or leisure wear.
Nice.
and boleros. So Jesse Campo's going to be singing. I'm ordering in pancakes. The pajama thing, I've been really trying to think about what I could possibly wear on air.
Wait a minute. What is leisure wear?
Oh, I wear leisure wear all the time.
That's why I said it.
So leisure
What is
wear is
that?
when you change out of your like work clothes and you turn into your leisure wear.
It's kind of like yoga pants,
Tank top.
tank top, right? What you would
I don't
go
have any of
around
that.
town in. You don't probably have
I
leisure
don't
wear.
have that.
What do you have?
I don't know. I got underwear and I got t-shirts with big holes in them and,
And apparently
stuff.
he's got coconuts that he sleeps in unless he rolls over.
I have those too. Can I wear those?
Sure, you roll right over. Let's
No,
bring
I
Patty
can't.
Goldenberg over from Fem City, see how she's doing. Check on in on Patty. Hey, honey,
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Patty.
your hair looks beautiful.
I was just going to say that.
Thank you. You know, good old humidity and time to do nothing with it.
It looks fantastic.
Thank you.
That's like my dream hair.
Wow.
Where it's just like, that's natural, where you just like, yeah, this is how I woke up.
No, it's humidity. Truly.
How are you doing?
We are hanging in there. Busier than I had thought I would be, since we have nowhere to go. But keeping busy, keeping our FEMs connected. We have so much to do on Fem City through our virtual platform, and there's something every day. So
You know, I've noticed that because you do so much networking in person, but I've really noticed that Fem City has stepped it up. And there's something every day virtually, whether it's a seminar, a class, how to grow your business, how to change your mindset. There's tremendous, tremendous opportunities that you guys are now offering. Maybe you always did, but now it's to the forefront.
we definitely had some of this available before, but Violet De Ala, our founder, has really stepped up the game. Here on Wednesdays, we have 2 virtual offerings. We have virtual networking this afternoon, and then we have group coaching. And tomorrow we have 3 classes. Every Thursday we have 3 classes available. And tomorrow we are doing how to get started on Etsy, how to add Shopify to your website, and ClickFunnels 101. So again, a lot of things that people didn't really think about having for their business before. Now that people aren't going to brick and mortar shops, or you're not getting out doing your networking, they find a greater need for that, kind of like MobiPop.
ClickFunnels. You talk about ClickFunnels
I
all
talk
the
about
time.
ClickFunnels all the time.
And I'm like, what's a freaking ClickFunnel? What is a ClickFunnel?
I was lost. That's not my forte, so I'm going to jump on the class tomorrow and learn about that.
What's a click? Well, since Jen's here, I'm going to ask her, what's a ClickFunnel?
Yes, Jen,
So a
help us.
ClickFunnel is a great way to get people to see your message. So you put your message out and you ask a question. If people want more information, they go into one funnel that takes them one way. If they say no thanks, it takes them another way, because people don't know what they don't know. So if they say no thanks, it gives you another opportunity to educate that person about what you're talking about. And it's a really good way to offer a blog, a webinar, a book, something of value that you can give people to help them with whatever they want their messaging to be.
That is so funny you say that. Have you ever done the quiz, any of you? I know Freddie has, and that's why I'm bringing this up, on the love languages, the 5 love languages. Right, so there's a quiz you can go online, and my daughter said, Mom, go on. So we're coloring my hair over the weekend. She gives me this link, and I go on. And I'm thinking, how many times do I have to say no to this same question?
Right.
And they ask me again. Clearly that is not important to me, and clearly this is. 30 questions later, I'm thinking, why are they asking me this in another way again? And it was kind of annoying, but Now I understand why.
Yeah, so they can drive you. It's a good way to drive clients or potential customers to your messaging so that they understand it, because they're looking for patterns of behavior and how best they can help you.
And then I'm thinking of you thinking, I'm just going to change my answer and see if that messes them up at all.
It doesn't.
But
It's
it
an
didn't.
analytic.
It didn't mess them up at all. And I thought, all right, I'm going to say 10 times I said it one way, I'm going to say it another way. It didn't change anything though, Freddie.
But those are like 3 great classes, like Etsy, fantastic,
Yes.
Shopify, and then ClickFunnels. I mean, these talk about what people need right now. Perfect.
Right. So, and all of this is free. Go ahead.
It's all free.
Doesn't Facebook use the same technology, and they actually know you better than you know yourself?
I mean, every platform does.
Yeah. And you're not doing all of your business through Facebook. So this is
Right.
for your website.
And Facebook uses it for Facebook. They're not sharing that with the business owners.
Are you finding more people joining FemCity or engaging differently now? Because I would venture to say you've got a different engagement now.
Absolutely. Very different engagement. We do still have people joining. People are joining kind of for different reasons, though, than they were before. And of course, we don't have the in-person events to offer, but we still have plenty of ways to connect. And I know we had our Boca del Rey virtual coffee the other week, and it was amazing. We had 12 women on. Great opportunity to connect and mastermind, and a lot of people had some great information to share on things that everybody is going through right now with this new time and with how everything is affecting businesses. And we are doing our very first virtual lunch, Connection Luncheon, next Friday. That's going to be interesting. We will have to limit somewhat our in-person lunches. You know, they're 40 to 50 women. We are probably not going to bring that many people on Zoom, but we are doing this through Zoom. We'll have, say, 25, 30 women. And again, you're going to get the chance to connect. We won't have our traditional speaker, but we will have a little mini session that myself or possibly Violet will be sharing at the beginning. And everybody is going to get their time to introduce themselves, share a shout out to another woman in business, and share a win and an ask.
Sure, win and ask. So what does that mean? That sounds interesting.
So a win is something that you had success with either that week or recently. You know, again, to focus on the positivity. Business for some people is business as usual or maybe just at home. For a lot of people, business has certainly slowed down or taken a different turn. And so it doesn't have to be you had that win that day. But something positive that has happened in your business or even in your life, we always do a Fem shout out. We are about connecting women and supporting each other in business and our communities in a spirit of positivity and gratitude. So all of our events feature a Fem shout out to another woman in business. Somehow they have helped you with something. And I always have way too many to share, but I try to find, narrow it down. And then an ask is something you need help with. Either something you're struggling with in your business, a new avenue you would like direction with, maybe a referral you're looking for, anything like that.
That's really interesting. Nice. And what's the response you get to the ask? Because when I think people are probably very big on, this was great, this happened, or this wasn't so great, and that happened, but the ask, it means now you're asking for help. How is that going?
We'll see. We haven't done this before. So Violet does this with our collective communities, which is a little different than our flagships, which Boca del Rey is. And at our luncheons, we just have too full a program to offer this opportunity. But since we're just going to be going around to everybody here on the Zoom, we'll have a little more time for people to share and talk. So we're going to offer this. So we'll
I
see.
think that's a really, really nice thing because you're putting it where it's set up where everybody's going to participate in it, so nobody feels uncomfortable. My worst thing is asking for help. I don't ask for help ever, and it's a big problem I have, and I'm working on it. But I think when you put it as part of an expectation in a program, it changes it and it shifts what it really means, and it then creates more of a community feeling for you guys, which is fantastic.
Right. And again, everybody will be doing this. Our normal format on the luncheons, we'll have a speaker that takes 20 minutes. We'll have some announcements, and then we have 40 to 50 women to get through. You pretty much have, at best, 1 minute to stand up and, share your name, your business, and your femme shout out. So being able to offer that extra time for the ask is something I'm really excited about, since we'll just be devoting the speaker time to the individual members for this.
That's nice.
So Freddie, can we open this up to you?
Of course you can open it to
All right,
me.
so you need you need a win. What's your win this week so far?
What do you mean I need a win?
Do you listen
Share
to
a
what we talk
win.
about? Share a win. Something successful that's happened to you personally or in business so far this week. We're 3 days in.
Okay, so it's share a win. Share a win is not need a win, but okay, share a win is a Gubba Rum bringing in our own rum company for the first time, which you could use with women and men, because me and Femme City, we had this on and off feud going on.
That's why I'm bringing you into
But
the conversation.
I think I'm gonna make the Gubba Rum party line, so that everybody could come and talk to the bartender.
So it's a win and then it's an ask, Patty?
Yes, an ask. So that would be your
So what does
need
it
a
work
win.
out?
What do you need help with?
What do I need help with? Getting the word out. On a serious note, I think our biggest deal is the platform that we put together, the Amp Media platform, where we are asking, if you own a business, we're not asking you for money, we're asking you to bring your ideas forward so that everybody can sit here and share and sort of grow together and figure out what your pivot is. Let's figure out what your pivot is. How's that?
There you go. And now you're now part of Femme City. You're virtually part of Femme City.
I'm a virtual.
Oh, wait, no, he has to give a shout out. He has to give a shout out to someone.
Steve-O from
Gratitude
New
shout
York
out.
Sound. Steve-O, New York Sound, my buddy. And I hope that his wife is feeling better. How's that?
That works.
Very good.
Maybe we should do like a guy city. There's Femme City, there's Sex in the City. We can do like a guy city.
Like Dude City.
Dude City.
Dude City.
Dude Day or something. Dude City.
I kind of like it.
My man
I'm going to get on
City.
that right now. Dude,
You can start that.
I like that.
Patty, how do people sign up and register and get more information? I love the whole virtual platform because I think it's just what people need to know that the
Yes.
resources are there, and clearly people have some time now.
Yes, you can find us at femcity.com and click on the locations and then Boca del Rey, or we are also on Facebook, Boca del Rey at Femme City.
Are you finding people honestly have more time? I'm not even going to ask you because I know you're in the same boat I am. But there are people who seem to have more time on their hands to color code their house.
What?
I'm lucky my laundry gets put away.
No.
So here's what I want to, I think in theory, everyone being home, they think they have more time on their hands. But if you're a parent, you don't, because you've got your kids home and you're
No.
doing school and homework and cooking and cleaning and laundry and homework and schoolwork and plus your job. You don't have time to color code things, right?
No.
If you're working from home, you don't have time to do those things either.
No.
So who has more time? Freddie, you're working more hours and more travel time and from home because it takes us twice as long to do something as it did when we were together.
It does, because you have to do it manually, and it has to work, and it has to fit. Yeah, it's a lot more work.
But I do think if people do or don't have more time, I get that. Because if you have children and they were in school and you were working, you also had to fit in their sports and things like that. I know when my kids were young, we went to sports games all the time. So there would be more time, but now that's taken up by trying to figure out how to be a virtual teacher.
Yes.
So if anybody has any questions, I'm more than happy to answer those because I've already been there. But I think people are using this as an opportunity to learn something.
Yes, agreed.
To do more, to be better. I know Lindy Eldridge from the Happiness Jungle, she went on and took a Yale course.
She took that happiness.
She took the How to Be
course,
Happy
right?
course, and it was free. So I think when FemCity offers these things, it's exactly the right thing that people need at this time.
It's true.
That's what I think, because you couldn't have been more spot on with what you're offering.
And it helps people
Well,
get
thank you.
connected. The ClickFunnels, the Shopify, the Etsy.
Yeah.
I mean, my daughter has her artwork on Etsy, and people are going on. People are doing online things, and maybe not going to the big box stores. It's going to change business in our society. As there's no way we're going back to where we were.
100%.
It doesn't mean we're not going in a good direction. It's just going to change. The businesses are going to change. What's being offered, what people are looking for. I think people are realizing they don't need so many things. But like Lindy's pillow, I wanted to mention. That's something that I think people need right now,
Yes.
right? You never knew you needed a new pillow until you're in this time of anxiety and you need a hug or you need something to hold on to, especially if you're an elderly, you're single.
Well, she's doing something really interesting with that. If you go on happinessjungle.com, you can donate a pillow, because what's happening is so I bought my two sons the pillows. They're weighted pillows. They're great if you have stress or anxiety or you just need a hug. My sons are older. They don't live with us anymore. Children are having a lot of anxiety right now. This is such a weird time for them. So she started where you can donate a pillow, and she was telling me a story this morning where there was a little boy and his mom was going through chemo, and somebody donated him a pillow, right? I'm like, and she absorbs all the other stuff. So it's like she has her part in it, that she absorbs all the shipping and things like that. So people step up.
People are stepping
Well,
up.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Do you think more people now have, because it used to be you went to work and everything was on remote control. You know, you went in through the door, people made orders were filled, your restaurant, blah, 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 blah. Now you have to change and actually work your work. And it's not about, okay, let me leave at 3 o'clock to go to baseball practice. Now the luxury of all that has been removed. So you have to work your work. And physically, you have to put in the time. You have to sort of grind it out to change the things that didn't work or don't apply now, and you have to change it. So do you think that because you have to work harder at what you're doing, the more people are doing that or less people are doing it?
Work harder. I think everyone's working harder.
I think there was an adjustment to this new norm because everybody's was disrupted, and we never knew. Like I'll just say for myself, can I go out? Can I not go out? What am I supposed to do? You know, how am I supposed to interact? And it really ended my day because I would get up in the morning, I'd do my meditation, I'd take a shower, I'd get ready, I'd go to my office. Well, that didn't happen. So I was like, well, I could wear these sweatpants for the rest of the day. And my hair would be like in a bandana. And it's just, at one point I was just had to like give myself like a little talk, and I was like, pull yourself together. And I think a lot of people are in that boat.
Clearly.
But there's the change. The automatic became negative, and now you say, you know, enough of that, and you're getting back to the work. And we talked about this. Get up and take a shower, shave, get dressed. Don't walk around in your pajamas. Get dressed. Don't lose your edge and sharpen your edge. Mm-hmm. Now, when you're in the business where you have to meet people, we're in the media business, okay? We're in television and radio production. Look at everybody here. This is what we do for a living because we believe that if you can see it, you'll believe it, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. We also partner up with the radio station who now has a television production show studio inside the radio station. Nobody else in the country is doing that particular for the common business, not big NBC. I'm talking about the common business. So you got to work the work. You got to get up. You got to sort of brush yourself off. and you got to find a way of making this work. And I think that's a very important. Fem City's always done that, and they're pivoting and offering more things to get yourself motivated and get going.
And
I think people in general are more conscientious about what they're doing. And they're maybe reevaluating work they had done before, or the intention they're putting into their work every day.
yeah, and I think you're right. I think it's because we all got shocked by this. Intentionality, for sure. And what value did I bring? And wanting to look at this this idea of I need to bring value. This has really highlighted people who had been struggling. And you think about things where people are homeless and they're now going through this, or people who couldn't be with their parents that are in an assisted living facility. And you take a step back and you think, I need to change my intentionality, and I need to put more positivity out into the world, because that's what will heal all of this, 100%.
You know what I saw last night on the news, actually? The homeless in John Prince Park. They are actually, the city of Palm Beach County, I guess the county itself, I shouldn't say the city, they are offering to pay, if you are a landlord and you have apartments, up to 2 years rent, 24 months rent, to get the homeless out of the park.
Wow.
That's tremendous.
Yeah.
I mean,
Where
think
did
about
you
that.
hear it?
But why did it take this to do that?
Right.
Because it affects them directly. You see, when
24
something
months to
affects
get
you-
these people out of the park, out of a tent, into a home, into an apartment,
because
and the
it
landlord
affects-
gets paid is amazing.
But it affects those that are making the decisions directly now.
Yes.
This is not a virus, it's rich or poor. This is across the board.
Yeah.
So if you don't resolve those loose ends, it's going to affect those power to be's direct. And that's why you're getting this. And I'm glad they should offer 5 years, because they should have done it from Jump Street.
Yeah.
And don't tell me that it can't be done, because all of a sudden they're doing it. That's the part that I have a problem with.
But they're doing
All
it,
of
right?
this
So we
stuff-
can't go back. We can only go forward. We can't point fingers. We don't do that.
No.
But the intent, the effort, the idea is tremendous. And we can only hope that we can go forward, right? And with that, people have a home,
Do
maybe
more
they're
of
able to
that.
get back to work, do a little side hustle, whatever it is, to again feel, you know what, I can get out of my leisure wear. I can get out of my sweats.
Right.
I can show up on a video call. Maybe that's what it takes to get dressed that day. Whatever it is, you got to find it. You got to dig deep and find that.
There's been some funny things on Facebook where women are going to take out their garbage in like ball gowns. Did you see that? That was when I was on day 3 and I didn't wear lashes for 3 days, that was my breaking point.
I was thinking I was going to come in here like in a dress or something really cute, and I thought I'm going to come in and sit by myself, but maybe that's why they're taking out the garbage in ball gowns.
That's right.
I did put
heels.
lipstick on today.
Patty, you look fantastic. Please keep doing what you're doing
Well,
and
thank you.
connecting people. Your connection with us and Exposure Sports Management and what we're able to do, they are launching the Benny Blades 2-Minute Warning Show next Thursday on draft night.
Love it.
So, and
Love
that is
it.
all,
That's
again,
wonderful.
shout out to Fem City and to you for the connection that you made through Dana and us, and not even knowing they were here. And we've worked it and we've grown, and this show was supposed to start in August when football season started. However, people are looking for content right now to watch, right? So no better time than the present. It's kicking off on draft day, Thursday night. People are really excited. They're like, don't you want to
That
put a
is
TV
wonderful.
behind you so you can watch the draft happening while you do the show? Freddie, you have no idea. I got 1,000,001 questions from people on how we're going to do this.
I have no idea.
So you know what I said? I'm going to ask Freddie. Tag.
Ex-Teddy.
People want us to have the draft behind us on a backdrop so we can see who's getting drafted at the time of the show.
I think that's the way to
And
do
say,
it.
is that a good pick? Is it not a good
That's very
pick?
cool.
So then the next question
it's
is, where do we do this? And how do we
it's
do
an-
this?
The problem is, where are you doing it from?
And there you have it.
There's no problem, there's always opportunities. So it's not a problem, it's just an opportunity.
So this again has
question.
been an opportunity. Thank you to Fem City for this connection, for the
Our
opportunity.
pleasure.
How do people find you in all these amazing classes?
Yes, so femcity.com. And on Facebook, you can find us at Boca del Rey at FemCity. And you can also find the FemCity members only Facebook group, and that is for all the FemCity members. And we do have a paid business membership, but we are also doing our free trial membership. That is usually 30 days, but we have extended that to 60 days now. So you can be part of all of this for absolutely free.
So you're going to have to stay on with us for a little while longer because our producer lost power. So it is running. It's like flying a plane right now. We're on autopilot.
It's all good.
So we're on autopilot. So
That's
we're just going to
right.
keep chatting until we're able to gain control of our plane again. Unless
Perfect.
Freddie's got control of the plane. Do you, Freddie?
I do.
Oh, you do.
Can you hear me?
I hear you fine. You are now the pilot. You are taking control of the plane. See, the things that you never
don't get
took
too
into
crazy.
account
Exits.
as FP&L.
Don't get
Right
too-
now, I can actually land this plane, Freddie, on a commercial break.
Hold on a second.
You know my fun story that I wanted to be a flight attendant?
Really?
Oh, yeah. So
I
when I graduated college with a history degree, the only thing I could possibly be was a flight attendant, obviously. So but this was in like 1989, and they had a height agreement, like a height regulation. I didn't make it. So then I went to become a teacher, and I used to then tell kids where the fire exits were. So I used some of my flight attendant
It's
knowledge.
like being at Disney World. You know what I realized, though, and I was telling Freddie this, and he was teasing me. Back after World War II history teacher,
Yes.
what were the jobs that everyone went for afterwards?
Well,
Teaching, nursing.
nursing.
Again, right? Where are we again now? We've added technology to it. But we're back to going that way now. Teachers are...
Manufacturing.
Teachers are getting paid right now. They're still getting their salary. They're working from home.
But my hope is that this really highlights the skill needed to become a teacher.
Yes.
And they start getting raises, specifically in Florida, because Florida's way below where other teachers are paid. And my hope is when parents are like, I can't do third grade math, that this will really highlight how you have
Get
to
the
approach.
appreciation.
Yes, that's the hope, because teachers are not getting paid enough, and it's hard. It's really hard to teach.
And I think that's kind of restructured. We look at it, and I would laugh all the time about all the sports players getting all this money and the entertainers getting, so much money. It is now shifted, right?
Yeah.
Perhaps now we're going to reevaluate our teachers and our nurses and our CNAs, that are in the nursing homes
Yes.
and healthcare facilities, taking care of our loved ones for jobs that we wouldn't want to do even as children of them, right? You wouldn't want to even be doing what a CNA is doing. So things that are lower paying jobs now you're realizing are the essential jobs that are keeping this world and this community afloat.
Grocery workers, baggers.
Our crew that bags, we haven't seen them because they're working at Publix. They
Yeah.
can't come here.
And that's really, I've seen a lot of stuff written about this, that we've talked about who are the real heroes and things like that. Sports are great, and it's a great outlet, but if for some reason a sport event didn't happen, it just didn't happen. If for some reason all the food supplies got cut off, we have a big problem. Kids can't learn, we have a big problem. So I think the reevaluation is going to happen.
Yeah, I definitely see that shift. Patty,
Okay,
thank
well,
you so
good.
much. Stay safe. Stay in touch with
Thank
us.
you.
And you see I lost
have a
track
great
of
week.
Wednesdays when I texted you on Monday, right? You see I lost track of my days.
That's okay. Whatever day, we're happy to be here. Thanks
Stay
for having
safe.
us on.
Stay in
and
touch
thanks
with
for
us.
doing everything. Bye.
Goodbye.
And Teddy now has control of the plane again, Teddy. Let's,
She's a
I had
superhero.
it. I was all in.
yeah? You're all in. You're ready to rock and roll. All right, Teddy, let's go to commercial break. When we come back, we're going to go into our 1 o'clock show. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Sexy, seductive, and beautiful. Looking for a professional and talented photographer? Danielle Boujon specializes in capturing flirtatious and tasteful images for yourself or your partner. Located in South Florida, Danielle really knows how to bring out your inner beauty on a shoot. Visit her website at www.daniellebuljan.com or call her at 561-305-2241 to capture your most desirable moments.
Carmen Care Advanced Laser Therapy, our professional team specializes in finding the best alternative laser therapy treatments for your painful conditions. Do you suffer with chronic pain, a post-traumatic injury, or simply looking for the benefits of cell rejuvenation to the skin? Schedule a consultation today to understand how photobiomodulation can help reduce your symptoms, reduce or even eliminate pain. Give us a call today, 561-405-9577. We focus on treating you who has a disease, not a disease that defines who you are. Contact Carmen Care Laser Therapy today, 561-405-9577 or carmencarelaser.com.
Kids for Kids Ministry. The vision is to see children in Haiti emerge from extreme poverty into an extraordinary destiny in Christ. The problem is the orphans in Haiti lack clean water to drink and food sustainability. These children need art-integrated education, medical needs, shoes, clothes, a lunch program, and teacher salary aid. The mission is to sponsor local leaders in Haiti to support them in the care of orphans and vulnerable children. In January of 2020, Kids for Kids traveled to Haiti to visit the orphans at their home and at their school. The school has now grown to 30 children attending daily classes, but there are many things to improve upon. To help us or to donate, contact Patty Paget at Kids for Kids Ministry, 561-876-1710. That's Kids for Kids Ministry at 561-876-1710.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show.
Healing Moments Wellness Boutique specializes in integrating scientific and ancient therapies to relieve physical, emotional, and psychological distress. Through the power of touch, coaching, and meditation, clients experience pain relief, relaxation, healing, and detoxification. Contact Healing Moments Wellness Boutique at 561-931-2187 and experience Boca Raton's Healing Haven. Enjoy the benefits of an individualized treatment plan to help find your feelings of peace, complete balance, and wellness. Call Healing Moments today, 561-931-2187, and be rejuvenated.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Are we back?
Do you have any idea what just happened?
What happened?
Teddy's laughing right now. So I had to talk to our producer. I had to re-mic myself. I had to get up and adjust the camera because Jen's no longer here with us. And I go, she goes, you ready to go back? I go, I'm good. And I sit down, my wand goes up in the air, hits me in the head, falls on the floor as she's coming back from Rejoiner. But it's all good. We keep going.
That's hilarious.
It was hilarious to be me, is all I can tell you. I know.
And you moved the camera when they hit your head?
Just my hair, and she starts laughing. Meanwhile, she totally lost feet. I think she had 2 power surges.
Yes, I jumped in there to turn it on.
How'd that work out for you?
Well, I saw that you came back, so I got out again.
So she was in there, and she was able to do this. But it's new technology, but it's working. Everything is going great. I know Daphne's going to be joining us on the 1 o'clock hour, so from Daphne's Vitamin Concepts and talk about what she does, and our spot with Gen G was spectacular. What are you doing now?
I have to readjust because I told people to ask Gen G questions and she's not on.
Oh, we're asking Gen G questions. She's probably laughing. my gosh. I was thinking about that. We need to redo that segment, Ask Jen G, all of her favorite things, her favorite drink, her favorite food, her favorite clothes to wear. That was a fun show she did.
That was some shows she did. We had fun with that. I wanted her to repeat that. But I guess you can never repeat a good show, right?
You just got to keep going. We do 2.0, Gen G 2.0. We've got Daphne Solomon joining us from Daphne's Vitamin Concepts. We haven't seen Merlin in a while. There she is.
Hi.
Hey, Daphne, how you doing?
Hey, Merlin, you want to get a little closer?
Not really. I've never really done Skype. I've never really done Skype, and I don't love it, but I'm happy to be here with you too because I love you both, and I'm glad we could share this time.
Well, you can get a little closer because you got a lot of what we call snow above you. So if you want to come on, keep coming.
Okay.
Keep coming. There you go.
Perfect.
And how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Tell us a little bit about what you're going through. Now, you told me you have a program that you put people on to keep them healthy. How's that working out?
It's working out very well. We have been using BioMeridian technology for the last almost 21 years. And we're very lucky because we work with companies that have been involved in this system that create remedies, homeopathic remedies, amongst other things, but they're remedies that really can impact the body in a positive way and create balance. For people that don't know about the device, BioMeridian is a non-invasive technology. It's based on Chinese acupuncture and the idea of an electrocardiogram. This genius, Dr. Voll, created this device and incorporated both modalities together, and we virtually can go anywhere in the body in a non-invasive way using this system. And why it's so great, as the body starts to go through imbalances, we're able to find them way ahead before you would ever find them in blood work or through any other system, and then it allows us to treat the body in a natural way. We're actually able to test product against whatever system is weak in the body. It's all about energy. We're an energy field. We're surrounded by energy. So everything vibrates to frequency, so we always need to pick out the best nutrients that will help the body create balance. When people, what we've been doing because of what's going on in the world, we can do the same testing through a hair sample. I work with people all over the country. They send in their hair samples. Your hair is your DNA. You can dye your hair, you can crimp it, you can do whatever you want to it, but you can't change your DNA. And it enables us to use the hair. We can do a complete test through the hair sample, and it will give you the opportunity of finding out what's going on, and then we're able to treat it in a natural way. The good thing is, whatever is brewing in the body, whether it's thyroid insufficiency, whether it's adrenal, if we're having a lot of stress going on, there are remedies that are natural that can help bring the body back into balance. It's all about balance. My protocol I started probably about almost 8 weeks ago now, which we've been very blessed. We work with this company called Energy. They've been a part of the BioMeridian system. Doing our testing, we're able to energetically find out if people have viruses or bacterial, whatever is brewing in the body. They've created a remedy called VirusStat. VirusStat goes after all viruses. I'm not claiming it's a cure, but we all carry certain viruses, and this is a way to naturally detox the body of viruses. I also incorporated 50 milligrams of vitamin D, vitamin C, probably 1,500 milligrams to 3,000. That's for bowel tolerance. Vitamin D 5,000 is critical. So basically, and a good probiotic. We, through our testing, know which companies create fabulous probiotics that create the right strains of bacteria in the body so that we can keep ourselves in good shape. You know, it's so sad on the news. We don't hear anything about wellness and how to keep yourself in good shape. We hear all about this virus. This virus has been around for a long time, the coronavirus. Yes, it's now morphed into something else. We have shingle viruses. We have herpetic outbreak viruses. There are so many viruses and strains out there. So the thing is this, it's to take care of the body, use natural things to keep your immune system strong. That's what it's all about. I feel very blessed because the people that I've worked with over the years, they stay on top of their immune system. They take things, they do the biomeridian, they know things that have not been functioning energetically at a high level, so they make sure that they make the positive changes. And I will tell you, everybody that we've been working with, thank you God, everybody's really doing well.
When you're using the VirusStat, is that available through you? Your virus supplement?
The virus supplement is a liquid homeopathic preparation, and they ship directly, so no one has to come to the store. We ship it out directly from the company. It's very inexpensive. It's $15 a bottle for the remedy. It's a 1 ounce bottle. It should probably last about 30 days. Wow. They also have other remedies that I have to tell you have been such a blessing. They have one for the bronchial, called Bronchitone. They have so many other remedies. I can't begin to tell you for whatever is going on with the immune system and whatever is going on energetically with you, whether you have stress, if you have anxiety, things like that. So there are natural answers. And the big thing is to really get your immune system up. Why do some people never catch the flu? They never get colds. They stay healthy because they're strong in their gut. This bacteria that we carry in our gut, we need 35 to 40 pounds of good bacteria. It's critical to keep our immune system functioning at a high level. And what's been happening over time, people are on antibiotics and they create what's called dysbiosis. There's a major imbalance in the gut going on. We also use, there are natural nutrients that we give to people that have been on antibiotics long term to then create a natural foundation for balance again. I also want people to know you can get very depressed when your bacterial flora is not balanced and when you're low in vitamin D. Those two things are so critical to how you feel, how you think. Vitamin D has so many modalities in the body that it takes care of. It also can help alleviate depression. It's the sunshine vitamin. And what we found, people coming in like over the past, say in blood work, the ranges are from 29 or 39 to 100. Most people are at the lower end of the spectrum. And it's really bad in the blood work, and I've looked at the clinicals, and I work with certain nurses and doctors. When you can keep your vitamin D levels in your blood work at 50 to 60, you're staying in a great range. Your immune system is strong. Anybody that I've worked with that is compromised, and we've looked at the blood work, the ranges are all the way down in the 20s. So what I say to everyone, be proactive. Don't walk in fear. I don't walk in fear. I'm not afraid of this virus. I take care of myself. I am respectful. My family's respectful. We do the right thing. But I also walk in faith, higher power. And I also know that we are taking the right things that keep us in a balanced place. I know there's no guarantee for anything, but I will tell you this. When you think positive, you create positive. If you walk around all day in fear, you create exactly what you don't want to happen. So, to everyone, go outside, get some sunshine. Try to take your supplements. We can help you with that. If you want to call us, you can reach us. It's Vitamins Plus LLC, 561-392-8448. We would love to help everybody. If you have any questions, we have 2 lines. I'll give you the other line. It's 561-990-8661. I look forward to seeing you. I miss you two both so much.
We miss you too. I want to ask you about the virus supplement. 1 ounce lasts for 30 days?
It can, because what I've found, if you start out slow, I'm one of these people that Even on the bottle, if it says 5 drops, unless you really have certain things going on, I recommend 3 drops to start. Because I feel sometimes when you're introducing something new, it's better to go slowly, and then we can always increase. And that's what we've been doing, and so far, everybody's been great.
And can anyone benefit from it, or do we need to do the BioMeridian testing first to see if we're harboring a virus?
No, you don't have to do the BioMeridian. I think that all of us, if you've had the chicken pox, where people have had shingles, there's Epstein-Barr viruses. There are so many viruses that we've been, the flu virus, people take flu shots. So this can definitely help the body stay in a higher place.
Huh?
And you do not have to do the BioMeridian. What we found in testing, the remedies energetically are so wonderful. This company is incredible how they prepare their remedies. They're #1 in our book, and we've been using them for 20 years successfully. So I'm very grateful for that.
What do you think, Freddie?
You know, I'm curious here because I saw where they're using plasma now to help those that are sick. There was a principal from, I think, West Palm Beach that died yesterday.
Yes.
They couldn't get the plasma in him. It takes time. It takes 24 hours. Once you get it, it took 3 days to get it from Miami to there. I would have driven down and brought it up myself. I don't understand all the complexities behind that. But what they're saying now, and Dawn, I had to applaud because you were one of the first ones to say about testing to see if you had it. And then working from the inside out, getting the plasma, which now they're putting plasma into people that are really, really chronically ill, and it's helping. So my question here, Daphne, is if you have a good immune system and you don't catch it, doesn't mean that you still don't have the virus and that you can't, take it and give it to people, but you are a better candidate for us to understand what's going on.
I agree, that's definite. And why do some people get the flu and others don't? I put out a story a long time ago about a nurse that worked in trauma, and she was every day in the trenches with people with the flu and shingles and this and that, whatever. She never took a flu vaccine. She stayed healthy. Why? She was on natural means also. She took her supplements. She kept her immune system up, and she built up immunities, and that's what happens. Certain people will just build up immunities, and that will be a gift because then we'll be able to help other people. But the big thing is, even if you don't feel anything, I believe we have to really educate ourselves about nutrition. And that will be a major help because so many people, there's an ignorance there, and a lot of people are afraid of nutrients because their doctors tell them there's no studies behind it. And that's so not true. I work with a lot of nurses and doctors that take their supplements, and they're fine and they're functioning at a high level because they do that. And today, the foods do not have the nutrition in there. Like years ago, oranges and tomatoes and all our fruits and vegetables had such high nutrients, but today, because they don't rotate the crops, they're not feeding the plants the minerals and things, there's just the nutrition is not there, so we need to supplement. But I do tell you this, you have to know which companies you're using. And I really feel blessed because over the years working with BioMeridian, we know which companies are good, who's pristine, who has the right amounts of things in their products. We also know who's cheating, which supplements are not high quality. And years ago, I got rid of so many companies because they sold out to other companies, which I'm not going to get into. But we're very, very lucky that we do work with companies that have integrity. They're really wonderful, and they've kept people functioning at a high level.
And Freddie, for you, for everyone, I think this is something that's so important to know. Raising the immune system, right? People who have autoimmune disease, people who have immunocompromised, people who have diabetes and heart disease, all these things. Right. For $15, if this can potentially help, that's a no-brainer.
It's the beginning, but one thing I would say, I do believe in that, but the other thing is this, we need to be on vitamin D. This is critical.
Yeah.
and also the right probiotic, the right strains. Because when you keep your gut strong, your immune system stays strong.
That is true. The whole leaky gut thing and everything, our gut being our first brain. We've talked about this for so long with you. Did we lose her?
She's making an adjustment.
Are we back?
We're here.
Yes.
Okay, hold on one second.
Actually,
Your
on her
immune
phone.
system and your serotonin and dopamine is created, believe it, a large amount in the gut area. So it also prevents depression. So I highly recommend the right form of vitamin D and a good probiotic, which we can help recommend to people.
And you're located where people aren't going in, but you're located right in Boca Raton, and you are mailing people the supplements that they need?
Yes, we do. Hold on one second. I sort of lost.
You gotta love live TV.
You know what, Freddie, we've worked with Merlin for so long.
She's gonna have to reboot, Teddy. But you know, the interesting thing is that she gives your body an opportunity. I wanted to ask her, how much vitamin D should you take? And does it go by age? Does it go by a diabetic versus a healthy body? Does it go by heart disease? Does it go by, different things? Because I know that vitamin D is a very intricate piece. She put me on it when I did the BioMeridian. I know magnesium also, back into the gut. People with bad guts have a tendency of getting this virus and it becoming detrimental, meaning that you could be Mr. and Mrs. Atlas, have a bad gut going on, you're gonna get sick.
I think she's had 5,000 units of vitamin D daily. And they're tiny, they're easy, they dissolve.
I take it.
It's all easy.
I take it every day.
All right,
Do
let's
you
go to
take
commercial
vitamins?
break. Yeah, I sure do. I take vitamin D, I take C, I take folate, I take magnesium, potassium, I take the probiotic from Daphne. Everything I take is through Daphne, and she fills me up, and off we go.
Yes,
But everything.
I highly recommend it, yes.
Let's take a quick commercial break. 1:30, what a day, I can tell you. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
I need a nap.
The benefits of CBD are well known, but not all CBD is equal. At your CBD store, our award-winning products are made from organic industrial hemp. Your CBD store products are third-party tested for purity, and we offer a wide variety of products to meet your needs and preferences. From water solubles, topical creams and oil drops, to pet products. Visit your CBD store and let our knowledgeable staff guide you. Your CBD store.
Are you here to be good? Or are you here to be great? Outstanding? Hi, my name is Anne Shoshana Dector, and I am an author, motivational speaker, and leadership educator. I share with individuals and businesses the proven tools necessary so that you can make friends with challenges and use them as opportunities to grow from good to better, so you can have it all. Unified, supportive, and creative corporate communities, financial abundance, and a clear mission-driven purpose. Contact me at goodtobetter2020@gmail.com. Grow from good to better in 2020. Work with me individually or ask me to speak at your next event. goodtobetter2020@gmail.com.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen. It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
And we're back at the Brooklyn Cafe. What a
You're about
Wednesday.
this big.
I'm this big?
Yeah.
You're this big. It depends how big
No,
your screen
you're about
is.
this big.
What's this big?
No, I'm big. You're about this big. The camera's coming down and you're about this big.
Well, here's the thing. When I set my own cameras, I think I did a pretty darn good job. Think about that. Think about,
I can see you, yes.
you know, I ran the camera this morning in the other studio. We set that. I got the lights, the soundboard, the mics. We had other shows going on. We set the set in here to change it up a little bit. It was me and Jen G. Considering I'm here on my own, I think I'm doing a pretty darn good job is all I can tell you.
You're good. Are you watering the plants?
I'm watering the plants. They're making me really sad because they're brown.
They need a little sun.
Actually, these are indoor plants. So you know what that means? I might be opening the bay door to get some sun, but it's 102 degrees outside.
I'm gonna tell you what the problem is, because the fluorescent lights haven't been on. That's what they need, a little fluorescent lighting.
I'm going to be turning all the lights on, then is all I can tell you. You know, they're very sensitive plants. They're like people, and there's no energy here. It's strange for them. So I'm going to turn the lights on, I water them, and we're going to do what we do. My earpiece is falling out too. But we lost Daphne.
And you're rubbing on the...
Listen, it's all good. As you say, it's all pink in the middle, right? But it's all good. We had Daphne on, Daphne Solomon from...
I have never said that.
You say that all the time. From Daphne's Vitamin Concepts. And Daphne has gotten me out of the soup for many, many years. She's gotten you into better health many years ago. And there's no one more trusted and well respected in our local community than Daphne. And all you have to do is give her a call, and she will send everything to you. What people are doing now is the BioMeridian. They're sending their hair sample. I know you can't, but you probably could, Freddie. And she's the conduit in finding out what your body needs. And that, I think, is a spectacular offering.
Wait a minute. What do you mean I can't? Of course I can.
What hair are you going to send in?
Right here, baby. Mucho pelo.
Is that how you say it?
Yes. Whew. Tired. Long day today. Do you know, on Fuego, they have Manuel from Spain on today.
I saw that.
And they wanted to get an update as to what was happening in Spain. And the numbers in Spain of new cases has come down tremendously, like New York City.
That's
the number of
fantastic
deaths has not come down because, again, we're living in a clock that has to do with what happened 2 weeks ago.
Right.
And we don't have enough technology or stuff to stop that train. But he says that the number of new cases has slowed down. So I think they allow you to go out for like an hour or two a day, and then you got to go back inside.
You got to, as Daphne said, you got to go out, you got to get some sunshine. Everything needs sunshine. Our studio, you know, one of the things that I love so much about this place is our warehouse bay. That we can open up this light and let some sunshine in, get some fresh air, and everyone needs some fresh air. You got to get outside a little bit. We live in South Florida. It's beautiful out. It's hot. It's like summer. But get out, do a little bit of what you got to do. Walk, run, sit outside, whatever it takes. Get that vitamin D. But she's saying 5,000 units of vitamin D. She says about 1,500 units of vitamin C, just because your stomach can't really handle a whole lot more than that. A good probiotic. And there was another thing she mentioned. I forgot what it was.
The magnesium?
Magnesium we all take. But the supplements are so important because we're not getting it from our food. And even if you try all your servings of fruits and vegetables a day, we're still not getting it. But the virus stat that she has is a brilliant, amazing concept.
Now, I wanted to ask you, because of what's happening in the environment now, with people eating more cardboard food is what I call it. You know, you're buying things and you're just heating it up as this thing goes on and you're getting your hands on whatever you can get your hands on to feed. If you have a family of 5 or 6 or 4, it's not the same anymore.
Right.
Does that increase your vulnerability to getting sick, whether it's the virus or anything else, because you've had to adapt and change, money's tight, things are tight? Does that affect the curve? Is that going to make it harder to get over this thing?
Well, if you look at the statistics, and now statistics are so manipulated by various groups for their benefit, you know, I was never a political person until this, and I'm seeing that you can make a study and you can come up with data, and you can come up with statistics for anything you pretty much want to come up with if you find the right studies. But they are saying that the African American society has a higher incidence of death with this virus than others. And I don't know whether it's different foods. I don't know whether they're saying Queens, they're saying, is the epicenter now in New York because of the close living conditions. Everyone is on top of each other. Low income level. So you're looking for different foods because you're just trying to get some food, and everyone is literally on top of each other, and the viruses are spreading. Families are living together, right? Multi-generation of people living together. So if a child contracts it, they may be fine. If the parent has it, they may get a sore throat, but by the time grandma and grandpa gets it, they're quite ill. And this is what's happening in a lot of these communities. I mean, this is, you have to know, these are people, you grew up there.
Well, you know, the thing that surprises me more, I know that the numbers are staggering, and one death is too many, but what surprises me, do you know how many people in 30 days ride the New York City subway line?
How many?
Millions. And do you know how many people? Oh, million. Think about this. And do you know how many people of those millions go home and live with other people or other children?
It's true.
I mean, if you take millions and multiply it by millions, you get a lot of millions. The subways weren't closed down. I don't even know if they're closed down now. They weren't closed down. And those become giant test tubes of virus, whether it's airborne, whether it's on material, whether whatever. So it spreads like wildfire just from subways.
I was told the subways cannot close down, and things that we didn't think about when we talked about it, because people who don't live in Manhattan that need to get into Manhattan to work, the essential workers, the nurses, the doctors, the healthcare providers, if they don't have cars, how are they going to get in, right? The trains have to stay open because if they go home, they can't get in. So that is what I was told, the story of why it has to stay open, why mass transit has to stay open, and therein lies one of the big problems.
Well, I'm going to tell you what you do. You only allow medical personnel to ride them.
How do you do that?
That's it. Yes, you can do that.
How?
Let me tell you. You put the National Guard, and you got to have ID to get into the subway. First of all, you got to clean the subway like it's never been cleaned before. You know, in New York City, a very nice odor of urine always comes out of the subway.
That's why I don't do subways, exactly.
I understand, but that has to be all cleaned up. And then you whether it's a train or a bus, you got to have ID of your medical personnel, and you separate them on a car, wearing masks and gloves, and let them go where they got to go. But don't open it to the general population. It just doesn't work that way.
It's a lot of things that you got to figure out.
That's what I would suggest. And I'm not talking about the past. Nothing we could do about yesterday. I'm talking about going forward until the numbers begin to diminish. Now, it is coming down. I think they only had 80 some odd cases of new cases, and I applaud that. But it's a learning thing, so we have to learn. You know, no more is there getting by having subways that smell like urine. No more having a bus where there are people who do all sorts of things on a bus. They throw up, they forget about it. And you have to ride these buses, the mass public has to ride these buses. So we're gonna have to become cleaner. Let me ask you, on an airplane, the air at 38,000 feet, it's not like you can open a window.
I know.
So what do?
You wear a mask, just like Teddy does.
At 38,000 feet, and you're on a plane for 2 hours.
2? You're lucky if you can get anywhere for 2 hours. There's going to have to be a lot of changes. There are so many massive changes that need to take place in our country, in our world, to open up travel again. Israel has closed. El Al Airlines has closed flights. Stop, punto, nothing, until September.
But they're right.
Think about that. We have not done that here.
The problem here is that there is such high volumes of economy running on the airlines, and I get it. I understand that. Should maybe you put people in paper suits with a mask every time you take a plane ride?
Oh, there's so much. Before people get on planes, people got to get back to work. People have to be able to afford planes. People have to be able to go to Publix and get groceries without worrying. You have to be able to get gas without thinking you're in a panic attack. Your kids have to go back to school. Our children need to be educated. They need to go to school. They need to socialize. They need to do the things that kids need to do. And there's before you get on an airplane, there's a lot of other things we got to get going first.
Well, you know, they're not going to open the schools this year. You know that, right?
I have a feeling.
Okay, that's done. School is done. Nobody's willing to take that risk. Nobody is going to take that. But we have other issues. We have economies, right? The ballparks, the football stadiums, the baseball stadium. We have people that rely on income, basketball, everything, hockey, the whole nine. We bring those back.
Well, you know what they told us? They said even when baseball starts, you can't be in the dugouts. So they're going to have the players 6 feet apart in the stadium. Is it called the stadium? In the arena, whatever it's called? That you can't stay in the dugouts anymore next to each other. So think how much more time it's going to take to move that along. Outfield is one thing, right? When you're up to bat, to move that along. It's a whole nother strategy of what's going to happen.
Well, they have started baseball in Japan again to empty stadiums.
Yeah.
And what they did was they put robots up in the stadiums. So the robots were the ones that were cheering, and then they put the robots, they tied the noise that the robots make to the sound system. And there were people cheering and all sorts of stuff going on,
Seriously?
songs and music because of the robot.
That's hilarious.
It started, I think it was last Monday that it started. And it's funny because they want to bring it back. The economies need it. What are you going to do? I also read that the meat industry is having a lot of problems because some of the people are getting sick that handle the food. So that's becoming a challenge. So there are pockets, there are pockets. When is the right time to go back? What do you do to go back? What do you do if somebody was sick? Do you send them back?
No.
Can you catch the virus more than once?
Well, you don't send someone who's sick to work, number one. Number two, though, is when do we stop giving into fear? When do people say, you know what, I can be in a safe, am I a perfect example? Yes. I can sit home by myself, get in my car by myself, and sit here by myself. By myself. None of that changes. Our studio had been closed down for 2 weeks, so the studio itself was quarantined. That doesn't change. People may need that mindset shift. I needed that mindset shift. We're fortunate enough that we're considered an essential service to be able to bring ideas and people and platforms and businesses forward as part of the media. So we are grateful for that. But there are other essential businesses, and part of it is they never said, if you need to do something in your business, if you need to do your bookkeeping, if you need to do, you're allowed to go do what you got to do. But fear has taken over people now at this point. You've got people that have been home for 5 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks. I was even afraid to go get gas yesterday. And I'm not a fearful person. And I had masks, and I had gloves, and I was next to our studio. There was nobody there. There was a car in front of me, but I was nowhere near this gentleman. And here I am getting anxious, getting gas in my car.
Yeah,
That's not even getting on a subway or a bus. That's me putting gas in my own car.
But there is a fine line between fear and being cautious. If you are a dad or a mom and you have children at home, I can understand that fear. If you are sick, if you have heart disease, if you're a certain age, if you're a diabetic, I can understand that fear. It isn't about fear all the time. Sometimes you want to be overcautious because, like I told you before, I used to drive in New York City for 42 years. I learned how to drive in New York City. Driving in Florida is a whole lot more tricky ever than New York City. And sometimes it isn't about how you drive your bus, because you know you're doing all the things that you're supposed to be doing, but that studio requires hands-on. We've had interns come in, we've had producers, we have shows. There's a constant stray of people that go through that. And that can't happen right now, not because of fear, but because it's the responsible thing to do.
But
and it's the
they're
message
not
that
here.
we want to-
Just to alleviate anyone's concerns and fears, they are not here. Which is why my camera
They
angle
are
might be a
not.
little crooked and I look a little small, but they're not here.
That's right, but people are gonna ask the same question. What's the difference between doing it there and doing it at home?
It's a huge difference.
Psychologically, it is. But
And there's
people
a
have to
message.
understand-
It's a lot of what everyone is doing is the message to grow your business, right? The message that we send out to tell people, business continues. We're here to help you grow your business in your platform. Jen happens to be here. She is 6 feet away from me. Social distancing is not going to stop. It is going to be part of our lives going forward. And we need to adapt to that new normal. And that's fine, right? We can continue to do what we're doing. And everyone, it's a case by case, it's a person by person situation. She's been quarantined in her home for 4 weeks, right? We haven't seen Jen in 6 weeks, right? She went on a cruise a few months ago, and we knew we had to be smart about doing what we did, and we did. And she was cognizant of it, knowing that you're a diabetic and all of those things, and you're not here. And everyone's very careful and very prudent. However, people are going to the grocery store, and people are going to big box stores, and the employees are not wearing masks, and the employees are not wearing gloves. So there's a fine line for a lot of these things, Freddie, a lot. And the people that are delivering Instacart and the groceries, again, heroes in our community for doing what others don't want to be doing and what others cannot be doing. So if you're doing Instacart or you're doing Shipt or you're doing a home delivery, give them a little bit of an extra tip, because you know what, that money goes a long way for them. Employees are less in there, and they're alleviating you from having to go. You're not paying for gas, you're not going out, you're not putting wear and tear on your car, you're not putting miles, and you're not putting yourself in exposure. But they are doing this for you. So you know what, our hats off to all of those people that are delivering and bagging and working every day so you can stay home and stay safe. Blink.
I am reading some of the comments on your perspective,
Yes.
lack of a better word.
And what is that? What are they telling you?
Like I tell you, there is a fine line between fear and being careful.
Yes.
Doing the
There
right
is.
thing as opposed to doing the wrong thing. You know, when we had all those people on the beach, and we had all those kids from up north come down, and they tracked them, you know, they can track your phone now. They can tell you whether or not you and Chuck are 6 feet apart, whether you and your daughter are 6 feet apart just from your phone now. Okay?
I'm sure they
So
can, yes.
But people get upset because, oh, Big Brother's watching. But they use the tracker method to see what happened here in Fort Lauderdale and in Boca, and how when they left, they went up north. And they tracked this thing, I mean, Dawn, it was everywhere. Those people that came flying in here and were on the beach when they finally shut the beaches down, it was still out there. Those things went everywhere.
Yep.
And the problem is when they ask you to police yourself, you got to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So it isn't about giving in to fear. Sometimes it's giving in to people not listening to what they should be doing.
100%.
That's all, just be careful. But nonetheless, new cases are coming down, thank God.
Yes.
There is some other stuff. Let me tell you, did you see what happened in Russia?
No?
Russia decided to go the other way, saying that they were immune because it's so cold in Russia that the virus will not live. Check this out. So they did not close, because hockey in Russia is like baseball and football is here, the biggest sport. And they were playing to sold out arenas in the Russian Federation of Hockey. The virus is so out of control right now. They are losing 21,000 cases a day. A day.
Well, no one ever told them the cold was killing the virus, so that was propaganda on their end.
But why did they stay open? Think about the mentality. Now they're asking for help. which everybody in the world has to send help there because then they become another issue.
Then we got to shut our
In the
our
whole
air.
global
We
aspect.
can't let people then leave Russia and fly into other countries. It's a whole other thing. We have to stop the flights from coming in.
That's another problem, correct. But the whole world now is on notice. I was telling you that the Amazon, the Aztec Indians, the tribes, now they're afraid that because there aren't many of those tribes left, that this virus can wipe out an entire tribe. It can end that whole race simply because of it. And I heard rumors also that this virus has been around for a very, very long time. And that now it's mutated to something else that has become deadly, like viruses do.
Yep.
So we got to be careful. We got to be aware. Yes, we got to get back to work. We've been saying that for weeks, just to keep the head on the swivel, because opportunities are beginning. It's going to start coming, and we have to be ready because you want to be first online to do the onslaught. Listen, if you can wait hours to apply for unemployment or the PPP or whatever the hell that thing is, which I'm going to tell you, I tried yesterday to get on. I can't get on. I can't even, there's a new website, Get Your Money, on the IRS website, that if you put in your information, it will tell you if you're going to get a check. Did you hear about this?
No.
Okay. It came out, it went online today at 12 o'clock. It crashed at 12:05. I tried to get in this morning at 11:30. And it would not let me in. It didn't give me the information. So, things are made and things get broke. I mean, it's really what it comes down to. But there is a website on the IRS. You can find out if you qualify for the stimulus. We saw that some of our family members received theirs. Gio's very happy. I'm very happy for him. And the bottom line here is the system is not made for these numbers. There are going to be breakdowns. Everybody's doing the best they can. If you can do work from home, do it. If you're not feeling well, please stay home. Wait
Stay
the
home.
2 weeks.
Yes.
And if you've been exposed, stay home for 2 weeks. And little by little, you just got to find your side hustle. I mean, Dawn, let me ask you, if I owned a restaurant, what would I do?
What would you do?
I don't know. What would I do?
You would go in.
And do what? I can't run the kitchen by myself.
You would manage it and you would have your cook in the kitchen. And you would sit in the restaurant and you would have the cooks in the kitchen and you'd be far more than 6 feet apart. You wouldn't shut
And then
down.
you do what? You do takeout.
Yeah.
A lot of people are doing that.
You do what everyone's got to do. We're all doing what we can do. Right? But
That's right.
things are looking up. Things are looking up. People are doing what they got to do. People have a positive mindset. Everyone is here to help, and you are not alone. And you can reach out to us on our MobiPop. The number is 55312. The message is CAFE, C-A-F-E. Look for your inbox, your messages. You're going to get a new inbox from us to see how you can be a part and bring forward your business, your ideas, your platforms to Amp Media Productions, our network. One of our shows in the network happens to be the Brooklyn Cafe TV. Another one is Fuego. We've got 2020 Vision. We've got Teddy Unscripted, Slick Speaks, Becky and Boca. All of these shows that we produce, Kids and Capes, are under the Amp Media Production Network house. So we are a full-service production company. We can make videos for you. We can bring you in virtually. We can interview. We can even create a platform for you, just like we're doing for Pamela Chanel out in California.
True that.
A lot of options. Well, I'm glad you're doing well. Teddy, again, thank you for taking controls of the plane over again. We were flying on autopilot for a while, but you know what? The system worked, didn't it? I would get a text, don't do anything until I'm back in. That was funny. Especially back in.
Who was that, Teddy?
Teddy. But a huge thank you to Teddy because she has been working so many hours from home, and you're only as good sharing the information as your Ethernet speed. So as she gets a power surge and her internet goes out and she's doing shows in production, her computer's in shop being fixed, we're all doing what we can do to keep all the information out to you. And a huge thank you to Teddy for keeping going, and all of our crew that's doing great things from home. And Manuel, I'm glad things are better in Spain. And Fuego, DJ did a great job with Sylvia today, or Claudia, who was on?
It was Sylvia.
Okay.
Service on Wednesday.
And tonight you've got Sarah Spiritual, so we're going to see what the angels have in store for all of us. If people have questions, they can call where, Freddie?
866-224-5422. Matter of fact, I got a couple of people got a call. They want to bring their message to the platform, which I think it's time. And we're going to be filling up real quick. So you know what? You got to bring it. Don't we have Azulai Moxie tomorrow?
Tomorrow at 2:30, we've got Jenny Azulai and Moxie doing her own platform at 2:30.
It's going to be a lot of fun putting that together. You're going to be doing some taping today for
Kids and
Kids and Capes.
Today and tomorrow, we're splitting up their session because these kids now are homeschooling for 8 hours a day, and whereas they would come into studio for an hour and do their show, it's a long day for them now. So we're actually pivoting. We're going to do a few segments today and a few segments tomorrow and edit that piece up afterwards.
All right, and then we have the Love Show on Friday.
On Friday at 3 o'clock.
Which is blowing up the circuit. The Love Show is on fire. And we are getting a banner from our rum company. They are sending banners and equipment and bottles and everything else so we can set up a corner. And the Gummer Rum is going to be in the house. What did you call it? The home runner? The home rummer.
Yes, the home rummer. Home rummer. You like that? Kind of kicks into baseball season. It's like a rum runner, but you're doing it from home.
A home runner. That's fantastic. Who came up with the other one, the martini one?
Quarantini? I don't know, but that was really funny too. We'll put it out to our crew, see what else they come up with, but check it out. Gubba Rum that comes in coconut and vanilla flavor. We'll be getting a case here, so we'll be doing some taste testing, and we'll let you know how it is. But you can get a box shipped to you. You can also go to your local liquor store because liquor is considered an essential item, at least in Florida. Florida, New Orleans, and Boston. You can get the Gubba Rum. Teddy, thank you again for doing all you do. Nice job on Teddy Unscripted, Slick Speaks, our 3 hours on air. Thanks to Jen G and Daphne from Daphne's Vitamin Concepts, Patty from Fem City, Boca del Rey, and Jordana, we're going to reschedule her. And of course, to Miss St. Pete, we had on at 9 o'clock this morning, Alana Schurer, and you can follow her as she runs for Miss America organization for Miss Florida. That was our 9 o'clock show, but it's been a day.
In a day.
Have a great day, everyone. Be kind to each other. We will see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. breakfast time, and Friday, pancakes and pajamas.
Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next